morning and welcome to Love Island The Morning After, the only official Love Island podcast. You're here today this morning with me, Indiyah Polack.
And me, Amy Hart, and we have got another jam-packed show for you. We're joined once again by our weekly guest, Alex Bowen.
I'm back, thank you very much.
And also we have another two Dumped Islanders. Today we're joined by Tommy and Lucy.
Morning,
guys.
Good. How are you all feeling, honestly? Fresh home?
Yeah, no, it's been just a weird experience. It's like I went to sleep, I had this massive dream, and now I've woken up and it's like, wow, like that actually happened. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, it's been amazing. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's so overwhelming. Knowing everyone wants to get pictures and stuff with you as well. But no, it's been nice.
When you guys came on After Sun, how did you find it?
After Sun was amazing. It's like my first time actually walking into a studio with a live audience and that, but it was incredible. Got a lot of support there, a lot of love, which was nice. It was nice being obviously with Lucy, but Ben and Harrison as well, so we're all back together, which was good, wasn't it?
It was good that all of us were all together, weren't it? It was really good.
You said on After Sun that you weren't really happy with the reason that you were dumped and you found some of Shakira's comments quite nasty. Why did you feel that way?
So what I said was, in my opinion, from what I've seen, I think she's nasty, and I used the word bitchy. I'm allowed to say that.
Morning.
It wasn't because she dumped us and I was bitter, although I may have seemed it. I think that interview was fresh out the door and I was a little bit annoyed. So maybe it was a little bit of that. But I just think my perception of Shakira changed a little bit after the movie night, where I saw her taking a mick out of Helena and, the way her bikini fit. She was calling her the B word a lot and I didn't like that. And also, she was like, oh, you know what, I'd really, really love to see Helena in tears. I'll get a lot of pleasure from that. And then after that movie night, not just me, all the boys were saying, wow, Shakira's a nasty girl. And that was all that comment came from, because I was like, I wouldn't put it past her to vote us off for our own benefit. Obviously, we knew she wanted to crack on with Connor. We knew Tony wanted to get to Harrison. So I won't say I didn't expect it, but it was a nice way to go when I felt like I had a connection with somebody.
I mean, in Shakira's defence a little bit, that supercut that was at movie night, obviously we'd seen each bit individually within a larger episode where things had been done to her that weren't very nice. So to put it all together was a bit everything was out of context. And that's the whole point of movie night, is it's all out of context. But did you and Shakira not get on in the villa then? Because obviously towards the beginning, I think in a game of Spin the Bottle, you kissed her as someone you couple up with, and you were like, oh yeah, we're like brother and sister type thing. And
I think in the early days we got on well. We had the odd chat here and there, and it was all nice. But then it sort of fizzled out a little. I won't say we didn't get on, but we just didn't really have much relationship. We never really spoke to each other. But I think you are right. Obviously, I said from what I saw, I thought she was nasty, but with the supercut and everything put together, it made everything look a lot worse. And I've just want to make clear, I've not seen anything back. I've not seen any past episodes. So that comment I made was purely just off of the clips I saw on movie night.
Yeah.
And, I'm feeling as if she chose me and Lucy just to get us out because she wanted to crack on with Connor. But I did watch a little clip as well of her and Ty talking at the mini fire pit, and Shakira was saying that I'm not buying Tommy and Lucy, I'm not buying it. But then later on she was telling everyone I voted them out because they're a strong couple and they'll probably work on the outside anyway. So I didn't really understand it. It seemed like she was saying one thing but saying another thing later on. But
I think if you watch it back, you'll see it from our angle, what we've seen.
Maybe.
I think there was a stage where all the girls was kind of at each other's throats. And it got quite nasty, quite early on. So.
I think maybe I shouldn't have, made them comments about Shakira. Obviously, I didn't think too much about how it was cut up and the things that actually happened in them moments. I just more took it for face value and picked out everything she said and thought, wow, they're all nasty things to say, a little bit rude. So and I apologise for obviously not.
Well, no, but I mean, it was a real reaction. You'd just been dumped from the villa. It was your organic chat that you had at the end of the driveway. You don't have to apologise to us for anything. That came from the heart. That wasn't a set-up interview. You didn't have time to go home and think about what you were going to say and stuff. That's how you felt in the moment.
Emotions were very high, obviously. We just left. But no, it is what it is. But we didn't really have much relation, I'll be honest. But.
We saw you, Tommy, basically, I think you're one of our first love triangles of the season. It was a big situation between you and Megan at the start. Obviously, things didn't work out. How did that feel for you, seeing somebody that you were that close to, just being pulled away?
Yeah, I found it a little bit difficult because obviously there's never this situation in the outside world where you're close to a girl, you're on a date with a girl, she'll never get pulled away from you, and you've got to sit there and just watch them having a chat with somebody else. It was just such an unnatural situation to be a part of. See, I did find it hard at times. Obviously, me and Megan grew, I thought, quite a strong connection. I think more so for me because I've never spent the night with a girl before coming onto the show. So I feel like, you know, that connection grew quite quickly for me. Yeah. So then for Connor to obviously start getting involved, which he's completely in his right to do so, there's no hard feelings between me and Connor. It was a little bit hard because I didn't really know how to go about it. I know we're open, so like I was just trying to look at it from a third person perspective and think, what is the right thing to do? Yeah. Like, regardless of how I'm feeling, how should I react? And that was basically my mindset throughout the whole Villa experience. Yeah. It was a little bit tricky because obviously I was close with Connor as well, and then when he started getting so Megan, I felt like it was a little bit awkward between us two. I did find it hard at times.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be in a triangle, and somehow, you know, it just happens. Yeah. And you're like, gosh, I'm in this triangle.
Yeah. I just think triangles in Love Island is so easily done because everyone's got the excuse we're open, so I'm allowed to do it. Which is,
everyone's very open this year. I think it's still open now.
It's crazy. Yeah, we've got less than 2 weeks left and everyone's still open. But...
like in everyone's final vows, it'll be like, and just to let everyone know, I am still open.
I know. I just feel like when you like someone and you have feelings for someone, it's hard knowing you're open and knowing that you shouldn't be annoyed that she's chatting to somebody else. So that was the thing I struggled with. I feel like I'm a big overthinker as well. So everything that happened, I was stressing myself out, and it was like a trigger effect. Like a little thing would happen to Megan and Connor that would be on my mind, and then I'd hear a comment from Harry, like when he said, "Oh yeah, Megan seemed like she was really giddy about the idea of a recoupling with Connor." Then that happened, and then when I feel stressed at home, I like talking to my mum or my brother, or I go for a walk, or I switch my phone off for a bit, and just I just have a bit of time for myself. But in the Villa, there is no time for yourself. You're constantly sat there watching everything happen in front of you, and I felt like just all them things. And then thinking, what I do, just have a chat with my brother right now. It got me missing home as well. And I think that's why I did get upset a few times, because it just triggered so many things that just got a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, Love Island Villa's not a great place for an overthinker. You've got a lot of time. A lot of time to overthink.
It is, yeah.
It wasn't just a love triangle, though. It was a love square. And obviously, you and Emily were sort of the collateral damage from the love square. Are you glad you gave it a go with Emily, or do you wish you just stayed as friends?
Yeah, definitely. I am glad I gave it a go with Emily. I think at the time, you know, fresh out of the Megan situation, I didn't really know where I stood. Usually, like, if I stopped talking to a girl that I like, I don't just jump in straight with the next girl. But I remember it was a conversation with Ramel I had at the fire pit. Ramel was like, what do you think about Emily? And I thought, I think she's really attractive. He goes, if you saw her at a bar at home, would you approach her? Would she catch your eye? And I was like, 100%. Ramel said to me, well, why aren't you doing it in the Villa then? And it was a bit of an eye-opener for me. I was like, wow, like, why aren't I doing it? I feel like we were good friends before that. And I did feel like connections start to grow, but it was a bit more of a slow burner. So then when I went to Casa, and obviously I met Lucy, where I instantly fancied Lucy, and, you know, I feel like we matched each other's energy really, really well. It was quite hard because I was like, what do I do? Like, I just wish I could give Emily a call and just let her know what's going on. I didn't know how to go about it in the most respectful way. And the boys were basically just saying, Emily could be doing the same thing in the main villa. You have no idea. You just got to do what you feel's right, what you want to do. And then when you go back to the main villa, you can explain it to her and take it from there. Obviously, I had no idea she was going to get dumped from the villa, so that wasn't nice to see.
Lucy, I have a question for you. When everything sort of like, you know, fell out and then, you know, Emily got dumped from the villa, did you ever have like a moment at all to sort of like even catch up with the girls when you got back, or catch up with like Emily and like a split moment about how things were?
Not really, no. Obviously walking in, it was so awkward. Like, I feel like everyone was just like giving me the like dirty looks, and I was like, is this my fault? Obviously, like, it was just all so fast, so I couldn't even like speak to Emily and be like, oh, you're okay or whatever. When we were by the door, we were all saying bye. I was like, oh, I'm sorry or whatever, and she was like, it's not your fault, it's fine. And then that was that.
Yeah, like even coming as like a Kasha bombshell, like these are a new group of girls, and you're a bit like, oh, you know, and it's not your fault. You made a connection, so that's the best thing that happened to be fair.
Yeah.
Question for you both. Obviously, when you were in the bottom 3 couples, it was between Harrison and Lauren.
Yeah.
You two, and Connor and Emma. Who would you have picked to go home out of those 3 couples?
I would have gone for the least compatible couple, because I think it would have been the most respectful thing to do.
Who do you think that is?
It would have been Connor and Emma.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was just thinking, like, even if it was, you know, one of my close boys standing there and there was 2, you know, strong couples and then a couple that wasn't even really a thing, I would have to do the right thing and vote off the couple. And I feel like that's what I would have done. Like I said, I weren't in that situation, so we don't know for sure, but I felt like that would have been the right thing to do, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
Now that Shakira and Connor are making a go of things, are you sort of glad there was a reason for you to be dumped?
Yeah, that is a good point. No, that's true. I never really thought of that, to be honest. But the fact that they're sort of, you know, it seems to be going well.
Well,
Do you
at the
think
moment,
that's legit?
we'll see.
Do you think that's legit?
Well, from what I've seen, it looks like Connor's a lot more into Shakira than Shakira's into Connor. But I'm just going off, like, I've seen a couple of episodes since I've left, so
same.
I don't really know. But now, obviously, we've seen Megan is making her return.
I know.
Do you know what really struck me was she's still wearing the bracelet.
Maybe she just can't get it off.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those ones, you
It's gone
know?
there forever.
But I don't know, do you think like Connor's head's going to be absolutely scrambled now? Because we saw how much he liked Megan towards the
when
end.
Megan was leaving, I thought like Connor was going to leave with her.
I thought he was
Yeah.
going to leave.
Yeah.
So I feel like when Megan comes in, I feel like he's going to...
But then on the outside, no one really spoke about that. Like it's been like a big thing.
No,
like, there
and
wasn't mentions of
also,
it.
we all know a day is like a week in the Love Island villa.
Yeah.
And Megan left 4 weeks ago, which is 4 months in
Yeah.
Love Island time.
Yeah.
Connor might be like, I know the face, but I can't remember the name.
His head is going to be
He's-
scrambled.
I-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I personally think like he would have gone back to Megan after the villa, regardless. I think he likes Megan. The connection he had with Megan, in my opinion, a lot stronger in such a short amount of time than what it was with Shakira. So I think Megan coming in now is just going to completely throw him off, and all the things he said to Shakira, like, oh, I'm 200% for you,
Yeah.
all of this.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know.
300% for Megan.
I think he's just saying it because there's 2 weeks left and there's no one else in there.
Yeah.
That's my
Maybe,
personal
yeah.
opinion.
Until
I mean, I could be
tonight.
wrong.
They're never going to expect that.
No.
Oh, no, not at all. I think that's going to completely throw him off.
This is going to be a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
We'll see. Lucy, we can't have you here and not talk about the voice note. Obviously, you've handled it really well, but how has that
Yeah.
been? Because I think, like, we all send voice notes every single day,
Yeah.
and you don't expect what you say
Yeah.
to be on social media. Like, how does that feel that you sent that to a friend in, like, a position
Yeah.
of trust, and this has happened?
Yeah, it doesn't make you feel good at all. And obviously, I did speak to that friend like nearly every day. I was just so excited about going on. I had a call, so I was like, oh my God, like filling her in, like telling her and stuff. And then yeah, I'm like, do you know what? When I did get told about it, I did not think it was her. Like, I had a few like friends in mind, and like it weren't even them, it was her. And I was just like, right, okay.
Don't tell the friends that you thought it was them.
No. I was thinking, well, who have I sent a voice note to? Like, you know, when you're just thinking, I'm just like, I really don't know. But when you are speaking to your friends, like, you don't think about what you're saying, like, and obviously you trust that person, so like, you don't think about anything.
Are you still friends with that friend to this day, or
Well,
did you give her like a
This-
firm
I love that
talking
to this day. It's literally been a week.
But you know what? Like, we haven't spoken.
Oh, okay.
And like, I just think she probably knows.
Yeah.
Like, and she did message me little sister as well to say like, oh, it's me. So she did hold her hands up, and I don't think like she's meant anything by it at all. It's the person who she sent it to.
But she still sent it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
she
agree.
sent it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy, you've handled it really well as well.
Yeah.
Like, some people may have just been like, right, okay, whatever. But obviously what you've built is strong enough to withstand
Yeah,
this.
I think one, like we've all, like you said, Amy, like we've all sent stuff in group chats that, you know, if got leaked, we probably would have made me look like, you know, why has he said that? But it's just to your mates. I understand, obviously you're excited to go on like one of the biggest shows in the country. And as I said in After Sun, we were like characters on the screen to you. You didn't know us personally. And, you know, I'm not an idiot. I'll be able to tell if the energy wasn't reciprocated with Lucy. I'll be able to know that. But obviously throughout Casa, the main villa, and even coming off, you know, I've never once felt like, you know, you've backed off a little bit or, you know, the energy wasn't there. So, I don't know, I pick up on little things like that. And in fact, you know, I still think it's going well. You know, we went out yesterday, we had our first date and stuff. So, it's been nice since, like, leaving. So,
I think what people don't realise is, as much as people go, oh, that relationship's fake, that's not real, that's not real.
Yeah.
The villa is such an exposing place
Yeah.
that it's really quite hard to fake a relationship in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
What does the future hold for you guys now? We're going to go on some more dates. We're going to meet family, friends. What's the next steps?
yeah,
Get a
definitely.
few more dates.
Oh,
and
100%.
stuff like
Obviously,
that, yeah.
we've only been on one proper date, us two.
Yeah.
We've done a couple of double dates with Harrison and Lauren, which is nice. But obviously, you're going back up to Liverpool tomorrow. Never been to Liverpool, so I do really want to
We
go
have
up
been
there.
talking about it,
Yeah,
so
we have, so-
wanting to come down to Liverpool.
We'll definitely have to organise that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it really, just see what the future holds. Like I said, I've never really been in like a proper serious relationship, so it's all a little bit new to me. So yeah, but I am excited by it.
The thing is that all this stuff that comes now, you're in it together. So
Yeah,
you can't
yeah,
go
yeah.
through all that journey on
Well, yeah.
alongside each other. Do you know what I mean?
That's a really good point. It's nice when, you know, you're with someone who, yeah, you have shared this journey with and so many memories that you'll never forget for the rest of your life. And I think it's hard just to like chuck that away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course,
So, yeah.
Well, we've loved chatting to you today and we've loved
Yeah.
watching you on Love Island. Will you stay and chat about the rest of the episode with us?
Yeah, of course we'll stay, yeah.
Get your cowboy vibes flowing, people, because it's time to look at the most fire pre-love fits from last week's Western party. Our gals were serving huge Western girl core in their two pieces and leather boots last week, with Tony rocking in White Fox and Helena styling it out in Morgan de Trois. Not to mention Billy Kiss slaying the house down boots in her Jaded London purple mini dress. Everyone took cowboy core to the next level, and it just goes to show that even the latest trends always look better in pre-loved. The boys were turning heads in their best Western vintage too. Cash and Dejon pulled out all the stops in their black vintage waistcoats, and Ty was looking fire in his pre-loved Gucci shirt. Western met some serious denim as Boris, Harrison and Harry all went classic in vintage Levi jeans. Ending the night with Bombshell Angel boot scooting into the villa wearing vintage leather tasseled chaps from eBay. Looking to add some Western pre-love wonders to your wardrobe? Shop all the villa trends on eBay, sponsors of Love Island. Last night, all the Islanders donned their best festival gear for the LI Fest, the first ever. It was wonderful. They had Tiny Temper there. But it wasn't all happiness because Maya turned up, and she's a very nice lady, but when she turns up, it's no good. It's no good. We had a double dumping last night. So we had the top two girls be announced, which was Yasmin and Tony. Tony said she was bottom 3 last time. Like, she has turned it around. Why do you think that is?
She's been through a rough time, obviously a whole situation with Harrison, and I feel like in a way she's starting to build things up with Cash again. I feel like us as the public, we love love. And I feel like Cash and Tony at a point were the only sort of like source of love that we could really see. So we just wanted it to work. And now obviously with Harrison out the picture, we can really see what there is for Tony's future, really. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Cash is a very genuine person, and I think people can see that he does like Tony and it could potentially go somewhere. And like you said, Indiyah, I think, you know, Tony's had her ups and downs in it. And I think she is just such a big character as well in the villa. Although I don't agree with all the stuff she does. Like, she is so funny. And, you know,
I think she's read the series, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I think she's a big character. She's been through the ringer, and now people are starting to want her to win, basically, for a change. And I feel like that could happen with Cash.
The top two boys were Cash and Ty. Now, I was really shocked at this because...
You were?
In sort of the Love Island sphere, you do get OG privilege. Cash was not surprised. Ty. The fact that people have scrolled through and voted for Ty.
Yeah, but I mean, have you seen our OG voice?
I know. Present company not included. But I was quite surprised because Ty is obviously with Angel, who is also quite a quiet character. It's not like they could vote for two, because a lot of people that like Cash might like Ty because they've been a bit of a bromance. You only get one vote. So I was quite shocked, but I'm also really happy that they're doing it for the Casa boys.
Yeah, and I feel like out of all the boys, again, Cash is someone that has really stood out. Like, even in last night's episode, like, I know it was a hard watch, him obviously like pieing off Tony, but I think that was him sort of standing on business. He has been through a lot, and I think he's being really respectful in, you know, getting to know Billy Kiss and Tony and just try and do things the right way. So I think it was a well-deserved top boy from him, to be fair.
Yeah. I am kind of glad that he's kissed Tony now. But he's respectful, and I think he's a great person, but it's just like, just get with one of them now.
Do you think that's him kind of making his mark? Or I kind of saw it as sort of like, okay, kiss and make it better, because it was like Tony was pied last night. She was like, I still feel really upset about it.
Didn't we know it?
Didn't we know it? Why do it literally the day after?
It doesn't make sense.
I think
when you've just done it.
You've not done it out of respect, and you've done it.
We also had the bottom 3 boys and girls. Now, this is what I mean. So the bottom 3 girls were Billy Kiss, Emma and Angel, who are the 3 newest girls. To the villa. Do you think it is a bit of like the curse of the newbies?
Yeah, curse of being the newbie, but again, I think time is a major factor in the villa. If you've not got much time to build a connection, and as like a bombshell, you're also trying to break up a connection, it's going to be a bit harder for you. So yeah, there was no surprise there.
And the bottom 3 boys were Boris, Connor and Harry. Now, we've got 2 OGs in there. That is crazy. Were we surprised that they were there?
I'm very surprised Connor was in the bottom 3.
Same.
You know, I think, you know, from my time in there, spending 5.5 weeks with Connor, I thought, you know, he's one of the biggest characters in the villa. Got on with everyone. And I just don't think he's ever been, you know, shy to voice his opinion or what he wants.
Bearing in mind that he wasn't in the bottom when Meghan got dumped.
Yeah.
But he's in the bottom now when he's having like a bit of a good time.
I can't really wrap my head around that.
Are we surprised that Harry's in there?
No,
Helena
not
just got
really.
exclusive. We'll talk about that later.
But also, you've been in the bottom a few like times. Do you ever think Harry just takes a step back and think,
Yeah.
why am I in this position?
I don't think we need to ask that question, to
Do
be
you
honest.
think, like, he'll act differently now he's exclusive? Or, you know, things like that?
No.
Guaranteed tomorrow's episode he's going to say something stupid again.
Yeah.
100%.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Obviously, Emma and Boris were dumped because they had the lowest number of votes. Again, like, they've just started becoming a couple. Do you think it's a curse of that they haven't had much time? We haven't seen much of them compared to all the others.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I don't know, I wasn't really rooting for Boris and Emma as a couple. I feel like they kind of were like collateral damage and then got together.
Yeah, I think so.
So I feel like in that situation, it's just sort of like short straw.
Now, the top boys and the top girls have got to pick between Billy Kiss and Angel to go home to even out the numbers. Ty is coupled up with Angel. They've got a very good connection. They're going well. Tony, obviously her love rival, is Billy Kiss. Cash, his other person in his triangle, is Billy Kiss. Yaz is going to have to make the decision.
Decider, yeah.
Because she's the only person that hasn't got a vested interest.
What happens if it's like 2-2?
They'll just keep going. Just
Oh,
keep
yeah, we saw
going.
We saw that with Shay and Blue all them weeks ago.
But also, I do feel like this is going to be really hard for Cash because I feel like he's now having to make a very big decision. And we saw him in last night's episode making both of them coffees.
But also,
So-
he did say, I'll make my decision tonight. It's been made for him,
Hey.
potentially.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Do we think Cash is going to sway towards Tony more or Billy Kiss? Like, what is going to happen here?
Well, I personally think that Billy Kiss will go home tonight purely because Cash obviously is in a triangle with both of them and he does like Billy Kiss and he said that it has built. However, I feel like he is a real boy's boy and Ty has been such an amazing support to him the whole time. He said, we came in here together, I'm here for you. When he was crying on the terrace, he was cuddling him and stuff. And I don't think Cash would put himself before Ty when he's already got Tony. I think he's not going to say to Ty, no, sorry, you've got to get rid of Angel, the only person that you've got a connection with that is going really well. I don't think he'll make him do it. Because also, from a game point of view, Tony and Cash are the top boy and the top girl.
Yeah.
Billy Kiss is in the bottom three.
Yeah, it's not going to work out.
I know.
The math ain't mathing.
The math ain't
no.
mathing.
No, I think I agree with that. I think we'll stick with Tony, just purely what you said, Amy. I think, Ty's obviously one of his closest mates, and I don't think he would vote for Angel knowing it would upset him after Ty being there for him. But at the same time, I know what it's like being in that triangle, obviously getting to know Lucy and Casa, but still having a connection with Emily. Seeing Emily leave, it was so upsetting, and it did eat away at me a little bit. So whatever he decides to choose is not going to be easy.
No,
but
absolutely
I
not.
just think from like a realistic point of view and seeing how Cash is as a person, I think he'll end up voting for Billy Kiss.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I do think like even the sexual chemistry, it is there between him and Tony.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he might even use the situation as to sort of like, oh, this is a sign for me to just
Yeah.
go with my gut, go with my heart, and just pick things back up. You know, Tony's been on the naughty step for a long time.
She has. It's time to
So,
go up.
yeah.
I do love how they were all so excited. They were top boys and top girls. And it's like, actually, no, I don't want to be. I don't want to be. Someone else, please.
Take it away.
I don't want to do it. I don't
Oh,
want
it's
to do it.
horrible, isn't it?
Finally, we've got more than one exclusive couple in the villa. Harry and Helena finally went exclusive last night. Why do you think he finally decided to do it?
Do you want me to tell you truthfully?
Yes.
I think because the final's in 2 weeks' time, he's going to say something stupid again tomorrow. Dejan and that made it the night before. Like, you obviously know them more than what we do.
Yeah.
But I just kind of feel that, like, he doesn't really like her that much. And I don't really feel like she cares because she takes a lot of rubbish from him and she just kind of, like, gets on with it like nothing happened.
I
and
just
laughs it
feel
off.
like Helena's just like so like blinded by it because she does like him so much. But I feel like on the outside, like things maybe might change. I feel like hopefully Helena will open her eyes up a little bit more when she's on the outside and see like how he's like moving and stuff. Because I just feel like she just laughs at the situations and like she doesn't take it very seriously. Which
I think that's like an embarrassment thing, though.
Yeah,
Trying
I
to
don't think
react.
she knows what to do. Like, I think she knows though as well because like a few of the girls say to her like, you can't like just keep letting this happen, and like she still like continues to laugh. Like I don't think she doesn't really know what to say, but
On movie night, they were saying, like, this is what we've been telling you. And she's like, okay.
yeah, that's what I
I
mean.
know,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's so blinded by it because she does really, really like him.
Yeah.
To be fair to Harry and to Helena, like, he's never lied to her. He's always been very open with her and said, you know, and it's not like he sneaks off for secret chats anymore. He did at the beginning. Now, when he was chatting to Angel, it was in full view. He has sort of met the boundaries. Every time she said, like, please don't tickle anyone's hand, don't talk to your ex, like, shut it down with Angel. He has actually done what he's been told. So maybe he is learning.
Yeah,
Maybe he's turned
maybe.
over a new leaf. We'll see.
Despite him saying he's going to ring his ex on the outside.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, God, I know.
Helena was just stood there like, why do you keep doing this?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
do you not
I know.
think maybe because obviously they do own a house together and stuff, like, do you not think maybe he means like it's not going to be awkward when we do because
So-
the
so
paths
finally
will
said it,
naturally
yeah.
cross?
Yeah, yeah.
Harry's my good
I
friend,
know,
so I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
find
yeah,
the good in him.
he's provided us with a lot of laughs.
He has.
He has.
Yeah, he is fun.
Yeah, I'm glad he was on the show.
I can't believe you did that, but please never leave. Please stay forever. Well, in tonight's episode, we've got 2 cliffhangers to look forward to. We've got Who's Going to Get Dumped, and then Megan and Blue are back in the most... They said there was going to be more twists than ever. We were really not expecting this.
No.
So we look forward to seeing what the hell is going on and why they are back.
Well, guys, that is it for this morning. Tommy and Lucy, thank you so much for joining us. Have you had a good time?
Oh, yeah, nice.
yeah, amazing.
It's been brilliant. Thank you so much for having us.
It's been great.
Alex, thank you for coming. And also, happy birthday! We're so glad you decided to spend your birthday morning with us.
I know, and now I'm going home to my wife and my son. I'm going to cuddle and watch a film.
Don't forget to look out for First Look this afternoon on all the Love Island socials and YouTube, and we will see you here first thing tomorrow morning.